people do seem to love when I paint Earthworm Jim, and so I thought I'd paint him again in hopes that I could sell the painting. Not that it's about the money, obviously. It's about giving the fans what they want, the art that they want to see and pay for, so that I can buy OnlyFans subscriptions to feed my porn addiction. Earthworm bloody Jim. On a small piece of card with acrylic paint that I wet with water, sometimes a lot of water to keep it wet, with some dark red underpainting. Not a lot of dark red underpainting, because this was a quick little painting. The full thing took about an hour, full time, maybe thereabouts, maybe just less. So some dark red in the shadowed areas where they're just, it needs to darken the paint a little bit, sort of before I put it down, and then a big block of red for that laser blaster, because red can be a bit awkward to sort of paint and highlight. So if you start with just a chunk of red, big bold bloody blood red in there, then that's gonna help with that. If you're not great at painting, if you're a professional, then you probably know what the fuck you're doing and you can paint. Anyway, flesh. Oh, we love flesh. Average, burnt umber, yellow ochre, crimson red and white, just to mix enough. Keep mixing them in different portions until you get sort of the fleshy worm tone that you're looking for. And then you highlight. You got to sort of look at it as a weird conical shape, like his head's a cone, and then you highlight parts of it and leave the other bits in shadow, and then whoa shit, this was, people love when I paint Earthworm Jim, so I paint Earthworm Jim again in hopes people might buy it. And then porn, oh, we like that. So there's some Earthworm Jim. This is painted on a little bit of card, using acrylic paint, which I keep wet with water. In a bit of the dark red on the underpainting, just on like more of the shadowed sort of areas, just to sort of darken those. But red for that gun, for the laser blaster. Highlights in the. I really like on this first one. All those creases in his brow. Those are quite fun to do. I had a new brush, so it had a very fine point. So it's a good excuse to get all those done. You don't want to paint the eyes white, because then when you highlight the eyes white, if you've painted them white, the highlights aren't going to show up. So you paint them like a duller colour. You can mix in some skin tones in there as well, and that helps the eyes look sort of more bloodied and fleshy and shit. Highlight a little bit. I use my typical raw umber and white, and then it makes like this grey kind of colour. Teeth, I've got teeth in there. Those look cool. I was really happy with the teeth and tongue on that first one. The second one, he's getting his eyes in. His skin's all, like I say, that conical thing, and then you get the ridges, and then you paint across the top of the ridge just a faint line of like highlight across the top of the ridge, and it really does give the impression of like a bump or a line. Shitting hell, the Earthworm Jim. This with painting Earthworm Jim. Oh, getting the suit on this first one and the second one, getting them muscly shapes on the suit. This all red. There's a lot of red on this one. That was the idea. This whole one's going to be sort of quite red. So in the skin tones I'm painting, I mixed in quite a lot of red, so it's more dull, dark pinkish, which blends into the red of the background, so it will look more red when it's. And then I've got in the blue glove on that one on the left, and he's getting that in, getting some highlights on the suit, on the lumps of the suit on that second one on the top. Purple on that first one, because that's going to have like a purple background, so you get purple lighting on the side, and you can see on the one on the top right where I've left the gap on the side there, that's going to have some lighting coming in from that one. Purple on, so it blends in with the purple. We're blending with the background on that first one. Getting the highlights on the flesh, you can see the sort of the difference between the flesh and the red flesh on that bottom right one, where the red background is going to sort of feed into the red skin of the yellow parts. Getting those, and the highlights on the gloves and on the suit on the first and the second one. That's coming out. Those just little highlights with the yellow ochre and some sort of lemon yellow. some turquoise for the eye, and then I highlight that a little bit on top, and then a little ridge again just under the pupil, so it looks like a hole in the eye instead of just a black spot on the eye. And then the green's coming in now, because this one's going to be green, so he's going to have green lighting on the side of that one. So to go with the green background, similarly to how there's purple lighting on that first one, because whenever I get groovy, this one's going to be more of a graphic one. There's no background on this one, so I kept everything quite tidy with the see, because that's the first 1 and 2, and now this one, they're based on existing images that I sort of drew and painted myself. The red one, the very red with the bottom right, well, that's my own, just straight my own drawing. So that's a bit, I don't know, it's not really relevant. It's just part of the green on that green one that's coming in. That's, you know, giving form to the, so it doesn't look so flat and then you get the darkness in between where the two sort of colours meet. Getting the purple background on that first one, and then keeping again with the conical tube shapes of his head on that groovy one. Filling in some red background on that red one, and adding in bits of red into the body and stuff, just so it blends in a bit. Same with the purple on the first one. The purple here and there, just to help it sort of blend into the background. Not blend in, but, you know, it fits in with the background as opposed to standing out too much. The eyes on the groovy one, on the top one, on the third one, keeping that groovy highlights on the green one. Green highlights to just really make it pop. We got the glow mixed in some purple with the orange for the glow around the gun on that first one, so it looks like it's glowing, and then orange glow around the gun on that second one. Got some pink highlight on that bottom red one. That's quite cool. The turquoise in the eye on the this is Earthworm Jim. Everyone loves Earthworm Jim. Look at paint Earthworm Jim. So this is supposed to be sort of a callback to that. I used the orange Posca on the groovy because I wasn't mixing the paint how I wanted, and then I daubed out a load of paint from that paint marker and then mixed it with some red for some high. So then, because I did an animation based on the running animation of Jim running, so this one will also have no background because it's like a callback to we're getting all the outlines on the first one, and getting the outlines and the shadows and the texture. That's really coming together. Similarly on all of them now. Really chunky suit on that middle one. I like him. I like how that looks. Getting the blues in there, outlining the lettering, and on the groovy one, I get all the shadows, some hatching between the reflected light and the main sort of body of the suit and stuff on that green one, and then the outlines and like textures on and just the little deep shadows in between all the bits, and a shadow underneath the one that's running and with purple, and his suit's purple, and then so it blends in with slightly with that, and then the groovy's getting its highlighted text, and then the white highlights that really make it pop every time, and that's good. My chest.